What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? So, being that it's Men's Mental Health Month, I wanted to do a video to share some knowledge, some tips, some things, right? To acknowledge that it is Men's Mental Health Month and to encourage people to go and take stock, take temperature, take notice, go and find out where you stand with your mental health, right? Because it's becoming more and more prevalent that a lot of us are not doing well with mental health, not just men, but people in general. But today, I want to highlight men's mental health. And one of my pro tips is do not vent to your spouse or significant other. And I know that's going to come off as, I don't know. There's just so much that I know people are not going to like about me saying that, right? But at the end of the day, this is something that I've known to be true. And it's not that I think that women can't handle you venting to them. It's not that I don't think women can't handle you confiding in them. It's that I believe and I have seen, experienced that it can be way too much to depend on your significant other to be your everything, right? Like, they're your best friend, and they're your significant other, and they're your therapist, and they're your coach, and it's like, now when you guys have a disagreement, it becomes this huge burden for you because now you lose so much when you're at odds with your significant other, right? You start to walk on eggshells because if I'm out of sync with them, then I'm out of sync with my best friend, with my coach, with my significant other, and with my therapist, right? So this is why I believe in compartmentalization when it comes to roles in your life. I don't believe one person should ever be your everything, right? I think that's not fair to you. I don't think that's fair to them. And the right person for you will understand that I'm not going to put that burden on you. I'm not going to make that so that, you don't say the wrong thing because now you're my therapist, right? And so forth and so on. And just if you think about the complexities of a counselor or a therapist, right? A psychologist, and then you try to make your significant other that's like a failed recipe from the start. So my pro tip today is, make sure you're doing the research to go out and find a therapist that is, in line with you, your personality, your goals, your beliefs, someone who can guide you. And also make sure that you're not intertwining them in your personal life as far as like a significant other or a best friend, somebody that you hang out with, because then the message tends to get misconstrued. The intentions tend to get, for lack of a better word, misinterpreted, right? I know for a long time I was good friends with a person, and they came to me as their therapist, and this person developed feelings for me, right? And I developed feelings for this person as well. And we eventually decided not to act on those feelings. We decided that, it would be better if we stayed friends. We both agreed upon this. And they would still try to come to me for counsel, and I would give them this counsel. I would tell them, hey, that's a good move. You should date him. Or, you know what? I don't think you should do that. You should stay away from that. And eventually it got to the point where my integrity was being questioned, right? My intentions were being questioned. And that was at fault to me because I believe that I should have set up more boundaries, right? That was at fault to me because I believe that, you can't be in too many different avenues in one person's life, right? Especially if that person can't handle it, if they're not mature enough to understand that all you're doing is asking questions to understand their situation and then giving your response to the best of your ability. So take that for what you will. I'm sure there's a lot of people that disagree with what I say, they'll probably say the exact opposites, right? My wife is my best friend. My wife is my therapist, my coach. She's my A player. She's my such and forth. And it maybe it works for them. But I have seen it where more times it doesn't work, right? Where, you know, you get into odds ends with your significant other. And now how do you go to therapy with your significant other when your significant other is your therapist, you know? And it just compounds things, in my opinion. So take the temperature today, bro. Homie, fella, big dog, whatever you want to, you know, call it. I want you to understand that as a man, your mental health is important. As a man, your feelings are relevant. And as a man, you should also do the research to make sure that you are stable mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And that means figuring out exactly where you are with your mental health and taking the steps to get where you want to be, you know. And that means doing research and making sure that you go out and, you know, do the work, as they like to say, and find somebody that you can unpack with, even if that's all you need just to unpack. But it being Men's Mental Health, I wanted to share that. That was my my thought on mental health this year and this month. And I hope it helps somebody out there. All right, guys, I need you to take care of yourselves. Please, be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.